Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. And I'm going to kill Joe. Just for the record, he warned me. He warned me and he goes, I didn't mean to do it while I'm chugging. So, paybacks. But anyway, as soon as I saw it, I put it down so I choked on it. Today is November the 24th, 2023 and it's 9:30. So mark that on your calendar as the day Joe is going to pay for me chugging a Dr. Pepper on camera. Good Lord, this man, I'm telling you. So anyway, first and foremost, thank you guys for hopping in with me tonight. I'm a little bit behind. We had puppy dog issues and a sick cat. So when it rains, it pours. So give me 1 second to get this one piece of fabric so I don't mess this pattern up. As soon as I get it next to it, I'll know exactly where I'm at. And then I will hop into the chat, welcome everybody here, and we're going to get to sewing. We got a lot of work tonight to do, and I want to show you something special I've had a lot of requests for via email, and it's really important that I hit on a couple things with this kit. So give me just a second to zip this one in, and I'll be caught up to where I needed to be to show you a couple things. So let me see. We will have a smaller chat tonight. Becca's late getting her live started, working on her lion as well. So she'll probably send over whenever I look for her to go longer tonight. If you're catching the replay, thank you guys. It means the world to us that you're even slipping in. So now I've got my stack done and ready. Let me move this out of the way so that I can clean up my area, talk to you guys, and you won't see my mess. So there. Huh. So let me get the mouse. See who all's in the house. Okay, Joe was given a 30-minute warning and I missed that one. He gave the 15-minute warning and I missed that one. The guy who sews, Sean, welcome, sweetheart. Let me see. Janine, hello. Hello. Sheila, welcome, sweetheart, and thank you for coming. Janine is modding. Lord Lenny, hello, hello. Annette Johnson, congratulations on your score of legit kits. I'm so totally stoked for you. Hello, quilting friends. Hope everyone had a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Joe is telling everyone welcome. Janine's working the chat. Quilting Queen 22. That's our girl Shelly. Good evening, Donna, Joe, and all of my quilting buddies. Hello, hello. She's been MIA. She must still be with family. Let me see. Annette J. Hey, Janine. QQ22. That's what she needs to go with, because that's what I'm going to end up calling her. Rebel. Hello, hello, everyone. Anyone working on the legit kit tonight? We're all working on the lion. I'm telling you, there's goodness coming, and it's going to be at the big roar. I'm telling you. Becca's got her lion going. Janine's working on hers. I'm working on mine. Sassy is on the down low. I have not seen her tonight at all, but I'm sure she's either resting or something. She had an extremely fun day yesterday. Let me see. Relaxing after a long drive. Sheila, awesome. Julie, hello, quilting friends. Janine, same here. No shopping for me. Let me get this fan. It's blowing my hair in my face. Let me see. Did all of our shopping already. I did not leave the house other than to go to lunch with my daughter and granddaughter. No shopping out of the house, but I did do a little online with my granddaughter. Louise, hello, hello. Streamlabs is telling everyone, hit the thumbs up, please. We greatly appreciate it. Let's YouTube know that you like the content that we put out. Julie's working the chat. Annette J. Janine is squirreling. Absolutely. I love the name of our group. I'm telling you. Just squirreling is perfect for our group. There's no doubt about it. And over the course of time, you're going to see squirrels popping up all over back here as I can find some cool ones. Or if you see one and you want to mail it to my P.O. box. Because I'll put it here on the shelves. It's going to be fun. We got a lot of good things coming with our um, membership group. And if you haven't checked it out yet, please, after the live tonight, consider joining the membership. It is sure to please, and you will not be disappointed. We are going to be starting a project, so if you're going to join, you'd rather join now than wait until after that project's already started. Let me see, Annette J. Let me see, Lord Lenny. My chat jumps every time I move it. Janine, everyone's talking. Hello, Kathy. Hello, sweetheart. Hey, Heather's in the house. If you haven't been watching, Heather's been pumping out some videos over on her channel. Make sure you do slip over and check her out. Leanne, I discovered your channel after you challenged Martha with the lion. I just lost the mouse. Okay. I gotta find where I was. I discovered your channel after you challenged Martha to the lion. I have since signed up for the Box of the Month Iris, ordered Muscle, and the Santa. I'm excited. My first issue of the BOM came today. Awesome, and I hope that you did use or somebody's affiliate link. It really helps, Leah. And we humbly appreciate Sassy, our girl, is in the house. Hey. Just love her to pieces. Melina, hello, sweethearts. Donna, hello from South Carolina. Kathy's talking. My chat just jumped again. And I'm sorry if I miss anybody. Quilting Compounds in the house. Mona did what's in the house. Yes, not feeling well and going back to lurking. That's okay. I just needed to know you're okay. Cat's Gallery, hello. Quilting Compounds talking to Janine. Let me see. Welcome to the chat, Leanne. Absolutely. Feel free to lurk. If you'd like to join the membership, it's a lot of fun. You'll get to meet the members behind the scenes, and sometimes some of my YouTube buddies hop in with us, and you'll get to meet them on a one-to-one basis. So you take the highest level, and you'll get to have some private time once a month with them as well. Let me see. Annette Johnson, everyone's telling her hello. And now I'm going to turn this back over to Joe so I don't break anything. Anybody that knows me knows I am not great with that. So let me round up. We've got like 29 in the chat, not a whole lot tonight. Like I said, Becca's live over there and they're delayed in getting their project started because they've been out sewing, shopping and spending and having a great day while Ian's still in town. So, I'm missing one that I thought would be in the chat. So I know she will catch the replay. So without any further ado, if yous would do me a humongous favor, because she will see the transcript of this and she will see all of the hoopla that I'm going to ask you to bestow upon one of my moderators, Jersey Girl. Tomorrow she turns 40. So let's light up that chat to wish her a happy 40th birthday. She is probably out with her husband, still shopping and or recovering. But please wish Jersey a happy 40th birthday. It's going to mean the world to her when she sees this, that our chat's going to go. So put cakes in there, put hearts in there, write happy birthday, whatever you want. It's for Jersey. So let's do that for her. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow morning, Sean, the guy who sews, Becca, and Ian will be working on the panda over at Sean. So make sure tomorrow morning, if you're up and about, please slip over and give them a little bit of quilting love. I do have a couple packages that I do need to open up tonight while you are lighting this chat up. I love it. Keep just firing it up for Jersey Girl. And she's going to really appreciate it. Donnell has made a special gift for two of my granddaughters. I love it. And so I'm going to open it up. She said I can give one to Peyton and one of them are for Harper. So let's see what we've got in here. Donnell Stitchery. She does have her own business as well on Etsy. So if you're interested, make sure that you do slip over and check her out. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, she made a special kitty for Harper. She made, oh, a special kitty for Peyton. And she made another special kitty for Harper. And these will be perfect because, out of all honesty, Harper's TV clicker can sit in them, or her hands to where they have to rest. So these are going to be perfect. So I will put these back into the package and make sure that when I go over this week with my granddaughter Skylar, that we do hand deliver these. So let me see. Would you share the hanging fowl system that you're using? Absolutely. I'll drop the link in the description box, but tonight we're going to do a little bit of show and tell as well. So with all of that being said, I'm going to, okay, I'll have to give all of Donnell's business email over to Joe, and at some point he'll add that into the description box for anybody that would like that. So let me grab, I want to grab my Amazon link. That way, while I'm talking about my filing system, you're going to be able to see it. You'll be able to click on the link and be able to see exactly what I'm talking about as I'm showing you. So let me go into my orders, your orders. That way you're seeing what I am showing you. So give me just a second, and I am sorry for the delay. They come in 2 different sizes. So you're going to want to look at the size. I like the one that's a little bit taller. So let me copy. I don't want to do that. I did it wrong. I'm trying to get used to all of this. So give me just a second. Let me X out. Okay. I know I'm talking to myself, and he's sitting here chuckling. He thinks it's so funny. Save this link, moderators, and throughout the evening, would you please drop the link? This is the link for the filing system that I do use. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. I use them. I preset kits up, so throughout the day, I can change projects if I feel like I just want to change them. And I like the 2-tier because I use the bottom to continue to stack. And then these are the file folders that I choose to use. And I'm going to share that with you as well. They are on sale. And you will not be disappointed, I can assure you. I will have Joe actually show you everything that I'm putting in the chat tonight as we're working along. So that's the 2 things that you have asked for. If there's anything else, let me know. But moderators, please save those 2 links. And throughout the evening and or any other time, feel free to go ahead and drop that information. So let me move these out of the way. I'll put them back behind here. And then I got a special little gift from Legit Kits. So let's open this puppy up. What girl does not like Legit Kits? Happy 40th birthday. Let me see. Happy birthday, Jersey girl. Wishing you. I love that you guys did that. And then we'll do it again. Ooh. The Father Christmas quilt. I am going to put it down here per Joe, and he will show you that. Legit Kits has come out with a pixelated quilt. It's designed by D. Bushrod. I do not know if it's too late to order them, but as you can see, The girls got one, so evidently I'll be doing this. Don't know if I will get to it this year because it looks like it's going to have a lot of cutting to do. So have you know about as much as I do. So let me put this with my legit kit stuff. Literally stuff. I'm just going to sit it here for now so I don't lose it. They have the orders, Joe. Okay. So let me do a little tiny recap. Leo Ransom's art collage class was on Sunday. So I would be remiss if I did not at least show you what mine turned out like. It is not quilted yet by any means. It's still got to have the netting over it. And then I'm trying to decide how I would like to quilt this. But it's going to be a cool door hanging, I believe. So this one, let me get it back up because I have little pooches that would love to nibble. So let me get it back up. If you've never taken one of Leo's classes, you would definitely want to take one because I'm telling you, they're amazing. So in the camera angle that Joe does have set up, you can see my filing system. This is the way that I use mine. Heather, you're not funny. You're not funny on any level, my girl. She thinks it's funny because that was the one thing I didn't want to fool with yet. I was like, not this year. Not this year. So anyway, let me show you the filing system that I am using. The directions are in, wait a minute, the directions are going to make you mad for that pixelated. I'm not even going to open it until I actually have time to work it. I've got 5 projects ahead of that, and it doesn't look like it'll be done for this Christmas. Who knows? Maybe Christmas in July. So anyway, this is my filing system that I use. The way that I set mine up is really simple. I like the 2-tier because if I have extra, I would stack them and hang the filing folders along the bottom. But for right now, I have 1, 2, 3 working carts at the same time, and this is all just straight legit kits. Then I have this kit is set up strictly for the lion. The next one is for the golden finch. It is set up and ready to go. And then the next one is the rose. So I like to, as they come in, let's get these kits set up so we're ready to roll with them. So if I don't want to work on the lion today, but I want to do FPP, I'll just pull that cart. And 9 times out of 10, this is what I do. So I know exactly where everything is. But you can even pin something like this to the front if you're worried that you're going to forget which one. But I stand up here in the back a picture that comes with it into one of my hanging files just so that when I pull this cart, I know what it is. When I break down my kits, I stand everything up in the kit. As I finish it, I'll either hang it on my design wall, or if I finish a block, instead of it going, I don't know where the camera is. Which way? All right. When I finish a block, it starts out like this in the filing system. But once I'm done, if I'm not putting it on the design wall, I just put it back down into the folders. And we're going to be talking about the different layouts. Don't mind the mess that you're going to see behind me. But it's a work in progress. And when you're working in a small space, you make the most of it. So I have been asked to show you a couple little things that are really important if you're doing any legit kits. It's not just the lion, it's any of the legit kits. So I'm going to use one of my charts here, and I'll have Joe come down and zoom. And that way you're going to be able to see what I'm talking. Best filing system to use, absolutely. Ocean Star 2-tier rolling. Yes, that's exactly it. And that's why I gave you my affiliate link. The one that I dropped, Janine, is my affiliate link. And I do ask that anybody use my affiliate link. It helps support the channel. So anyway, you're not really going to get a clear view unless Joe can come in just a little bit tighter. But this is, as an example, this is just one of the blocks. This is C7. That happens to be the one I'm working on right now. But when you're lining these up, I'm going to highlight them in hopes that you can see what I'm trying to show you. You're going to see these dots. These dots are really, really important because as you're joining everything together, you're going to do it in the order. You're going to find a number 1 here and a number 2 here. These numbers mean something when you're putting this together. So like, as an example, this right here, every one of their kits is going to have an assembly guide. With that assembly guide, it's going to go, you're just going to go down the list. And as you put these pieces together, you're building your block. So let's build this C7 out. And I'm not quite ready. I have not trimmed these in. So let's get them trimmed in. Because I was just changing a few things on mine and getting this block set up and ready to roll for us tonight. So you can use your add a quarter on these and just trim these in. This is going to give you a lot. I try to cut close, but then I'm going to show you there's a couple that I did not go close at all when I was putting them together. And there's a lot of extra, but if it was residual fabric that I was not worried about, I was okay with the waste. Now see how this is? I have a lot, right? So let's flip it over and you're going to see how small this puppy is going to get. But I was in a hurry because, you know, one sick dog, one sick cat, life. I got a little bit behind and this block should have been built before the live tonight. So you guys just get to see how I build a block. Not that you haven't already seen that a million times anyway. So I don't get real close. I just try my best to stay into the gray area. And you should never scrape your blade like what you're seeing me do. But it's okay. The directions are going to make you mad. No. Best filing system. Either my chat, no one's chatting, or I'm frozen. All right. So I'm talking your leg off tonight, without a doubt. And then I've got to tell my ride or die, Miss Julie. Tell me, everyone, how you say the word pattern. Julie kills me, buddy. She tells me I say it different than y'all do. And she says, then she has me say another word. And Janine caught on to her long before I did. And I just said whatever the word was. I don't remember now. And I looked at her and she buzzed out laughing. She says, I knew you would say it that way. She goes, it's kind of funny. So it was just cute. Now look at all that. This was just a hunk of scrap that I got over there. You're not frozen, okay. So anyway, they had me cracking up. I'm telling you, the girls, they are amazing. They entertain me. They challenge me. But Julie. So do y'all say the word pattern any different than what I do? Because they're saying I say it funny. So let's see how you all do it. If it sounds funny when I say it, let me know in the chat. That's it, lantern. I'm trying so hard. Yeah, Jolie's explaining to me, like when you're a kid and you're walking through the house and blah, 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 way back in time. And I look at her and I said, yeah, lantern. I teased her tonight. And I'm sorry. You don't got to be sorry, Jules. I love you, girl. It's just funny how we all talk a little bit different. Yeah, there's a lot of parts with this block. Why would I pick this one for us tonight? So I may end up tabling this till the end, and if we have time, I'll put this together for us. Because it's going to take about 15 minutes or more to put it together. Joe, you gotta get me some air going, please. I say pattern. Thank you. Yes, I say it different. I say pattern. Okay. I say it different. I say different. Okay. Y'all, Julie got me then. So, the girl, I'm going to have to really, really watch what I say around her. Donna, give it right back. Yes, right back. Yeah, I do. That's why I'm a little bit salty. Not with you, though, babe. Joe says that should have been my name, Salty. So let me see, what else good news do I have for you? I went ahead and reserved for my next quilt retreat. So if anybody's interested in going to a quilt retreat, you're going to have to reach out to me directly at my email and let me know. The dates are going to be dropped on Monday night. But I will give you, if you reach out and ask about the quilt retreat, it's going to be at the Nut House, my favorite place in the world that I love to go to. I'm going to have 15 spots open. You guys are going to get first dibs, the first ones to say they want to go, the first ones that say I'm interested. If you say, I'm interested, but I need more info, I will give you all of that info in that, and it's going to be available in a first come, first. That's it. First ones that pay up, your spot is saved. I require $100 deposit, and you can break up the balance over 4 payments. It's going to be $500, and you're going to not want to miss it. It's I've never had one that it's not a lot of fun. So this one I'm doing at $500. The date, I'm just going to give you the dates now. It's December the 10th through the 14th. You'll check in about noon, and then you'll check out on that Sunday before 4 o'clock. Yes, it is the holiday. It's in December, but it's going to be fun. You'll have 4 fabulous days of sewing. Your meals will be provided, your breakfast. You're on your own because the girl don't cook. And everybody that comes, I'll have food there, but we're going to have to take turns cooking it up. If you like the grill will be there, and someone can go outside and freeze and grill. Always make sure that we have one real hearty meal, like either a turkey or a ham. So that'll give you that. There's always plenty of munchies. Yep. Thank you. Beautiful town in December. Absolutely. And one of the excursions would be, we would go to town one day and let you just shop in the, it's a quaint little town, let you go shopping at your own leisure. There's a very small quilt shop there. But one night before we all leave, it would be fun to just drive down the hill, over a couple bridges, and go look at the lights. This town has so much history. If you're like to look at lights, it would be a blast to go as a group and just go look at all the Christmas lights. So that's just a little bitsy bit of what's coming. So if you're interested, it's going to, like I said, first come, first serve. So what I like to do is, here's your mapping, your assembly guide. I like to lay them down. All of my pieces are here. So it's kind of like putting a puzzle together before you really do anything. So all you do is just start building it out, plain and simple. I have been asked how I do mine. That's why I'm going into detail tonight. And all you're going to do is lay out your pattern pieces. And Julie, don't say it. Don't say it. And you're just going to start like putting a puzzle together. And sometimes you don't even need all of the paperwork. It comes in quite handy, but you don't really got to have it if you're paying attention when you're doing all of this. Now here I've got this wee little tiny piece. So when all of these join together, the first thing I'm going to do is my pattern is telling me I'm going to take F to E. So I know I have to do this first. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and pin it. So when I'm ready to sew this, it's already pinned in place. And you make sure you go corner to corner and stick it in. Then you're going to come down here to the end and you're going to do the same thing. Now I have changed a lot of the colors in my quilt, and you won't get to see the front of it until it gets a little bit closer to me doing it, to when I'm starting to really work it and turn it over. So as I start to do that assembly, you're going to get to see mine coming together. I do have some batiks in this because I wanted to give it a little bit more definition because, you know, I don't like the color greens in the face. So I took all the green in the face out. And if I missed any or I messed up any, I would stop and redo the whole block. Anybody that knows me knows that. So what you do is you're going to check if your pieces, if you can turn them this way and you can turn it this way and you've got that straight line, then when you flip it over, your lines here, everything's going to match. So it's not really rocket science when you're working with FPP on any level. But if you go slow and you pin at all the important places, you should honestly not have any trouble at all. Which one, babe? Annette Johnson. Hello, sweetheart. Anybody that was in Leo's class, if you would, please post those pictures in the Handmade by Ying Let's Share page. I am going to work with my daughter, probably tomorrow, to see how I can change the name of that group, because it's going to be funny. I'll just call it Just Squirreling. That way we can all do it. Hi, Nancy. Welcome, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome. So now, since I've got this one done, and I'm not going to be joining it at all, I'm just going, I did not want to lose that little piece. So anytime you know you've got a little piece, go ahead and just zip right in there and get it done. And then you can sit it right back in place here, and it's going to fit in nice and tidy. And as you're working your kit and you're coming down, you can follow your guide. Like, you know, you're going to have to put A to B. Then you're going to have to jump from there down to where we've already done. So we've got that much done. So that magic's coming together. Then you're going to join these two. Then you're going to join these two. Then you're going to join the top. Then you're going to join the bottom. It's like you can do the jigsaw puzzle. It's really, really simple. Becky, so Becca Raid, hello. Hello, Brenda. Let me see. Brandy's in the house. 100 Proof Quilter, hello, hello. Candace, hello. Guess who, Nancy? Fallon's in the house. Hello, sweetheart, and welcome. Let me see. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Joan, hello, beautiful. Please heal up and get better. I'm so worried about you. You're going to get flooded. Becca has ended. Okay. So I'll take a second before I hop up onto the screen. I thought she was going to go a little bit longer tonight. So I was kind of trying to hang back a little bit. I know. Not yet. All right. Let me see. Katie J, hello. Donna, hello. Katie. Catherine, hello, hello. Irish Sail Lady, good evening. Katie J, hi. Nancy. Guess who, Nancy? Let me see. Katie J. Melanie Taylor, hello, hello. Everybody coming in from over at So Becca's, welcome, welcome. Moderators, please make sure you welcome everybody as well. Anybody that's coming in right now, you're coming in late from over at Becca's, welcome to the chat tonight. I humbly appreciate each and every one of you for joining tonight. Tonight I am working on my Legit Kit Lion. I have been asked to show a few things about the Legit Kit that they have some questions on. We're getting emails. So it's time for us to just really hit this hard and make sure that everybody is on the same page across the board, that we're working this, not just the people that sew in this kit, but any legit kit. It's really important that you stick with the margins, the parts where you join them, the order. There's a reason that everything is done with legit kits in sequence. It's fun to do your own spin on it because once you buy it, it's yours. But one of the things about it is if your points aren't lining up and you're just going all over the place, that's not on legit. That's on you and your sewing the way that you're doing it. So make sure that you really read your directions. I have like 3 emails just this week on they sewed their numbers wrong. They did them in the wrong order. They got sidetracked. There's a reason why each piece is numbered. You start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you find that you started down here as number 1 and you think you realize that about the time you get right here, I would highly recommend that you pull out Jack, because there's a reason all of these turns back and forth with FPP. There's a reason for them, and it makes it line up so much nicer. So you're going to want to be really diligent in starting with number 1. Make sure you're double checking each and every piece. Even when you're getting sidetracked just a little bit, make sure that you're focused on getting the right letter, the right number. Start in the sequence. Hello, Becca, and welcome. Thanks for hopping in tonight and bringing your crowd over. I humbly appreciate it. Everybody from Becca's, if I didn't get to tell you hello, I'm telling you now. I would like to ask everybody, our moderator, Jersey, is not in the house tonight, but she will see the chat. Can you guys wish her a happy birthday? She's turning 40 tomorrow. So I'd really like her to be able to see all of the love in the chat from every one of the people that's here tonight watching. So if you can, take a second of your time and wish Jersey, Jerzee, our moderator, a happy 40th birthday. It means everything to all of us. So whether you drop her a heart, drop her a cake, HBD, whatever, just let's shower that girl with a little bit of love. So let me take a little swig real quick and then I'll get to working. Hello, Pieces Loving Quilting. So I had to take a quick swig. So while you guys are doing that, I'm not sure how far back I got over on her channel, but when you look at your assembly guide, like this block in particular is C7. So you just go down the list and do them in order. I lay mine out as I've shown you already. And it's kind of like fitting a puzzle together. I went ahead, because I did not want this one little piece to get lost, I went ahead and made my attachment because I've done these so much. So it just makes it a little bit simpler. So I'm going to take a couple seconds and give you an update on my granddaughter Harper, and then I'm going to get busy, get back to sewing with y'all. So my granddaughter Harper didn't join pieces together, just filled out one section of C. Okay, I thought you were just joining that section. Perfect timing, absolutely. So anyway, my granddaughter Harper, she was moved from the, I want to make sure I'm saying this right, Tiz, because I don't remember what I've told you. She went from the CICU in 410. They moved her up to the rehab unit. She's in 709. Today they moved her to room 718. It's a bigger room where there's more space around her for the family and for the doctors and the medical staff, because she needs a lot of care. There's a big wheelchair. There's a lot of things in that room. So they've moved her. This afternoon, I got a phone call from my son asking us to make sure that we do cover her in prayer, that at some point today and or tomorrow, she does some testing has showed that she's got what they call sludge in her bowel duct, and they have to go in and clean that out, which means another surgery. With any time that they're going to be taking her to surgery, it's you need the LVAD team, you need the cardiologist, you need the general surgeon. So they have to get a well-orchestrated plan together. My son wasn't sure if it would be this evening. The team came in and said that there was other emergencies, that they would pray that Harper actually is able to work this through tonight. And if not, then tomorrow, it looks like tomorrow or Sunday, she'll be going back to surgery. So let's just pray that all of this nastiness moves out of her naturally, and she wouldn't need to be put under and go back to surgery. If she does, this is God's will. This is going to get her moving. She was able to eat turkey and green beans, not like platefuls, but a couple bites for Thanksgiving. So that was amazing. I think Becca's line is going to look very cool. Absolutely. So let me see, make sure I'm not missing nothing. Some blocks are coming in. Thanks for, okay. So I think I've got all of everyone covered. Don't forget tomorrow morning over at Sean's. Becca and Sean's going to go live. I'm sure Ian's going to be up in the background probably wreaking havoc in the chat. I'm just playing, Ian. Cindy is looking for what you are needing. She believes she may have some. So she'll let me know tomorrow. Mary F., hello, hello. Welcome back, baby. Katie, let me see. Terry, Brenda, prayers going up. Yeah, just keep praying. And I know I beat you to death with the prayers for Harper Strong. But when it's your family, you're going to do anything you can. The extra prayers, we need them. So I've got my block laid out exactly as this says. And it's kind of like when you're doing a puzzle. You just lay the puzzle pieces out and it all comes together. So I'm going to get up onto the wall. I'm going to use a pink highlighter. And hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm trying to show you. Thank you for checking with Cindy. You're welcome, sweetheart. So I'm going to see if Joe can get me in where I need to be and get me close enough that I can show you some key pivotal points here. I cannot see the chat from where I'm at, so bear with me. And if you see my wrinkles and my double chin, I'm sorry. So anyway, your legit kit comes together just like what you're seeing here. It's going to start with A1 here and it's going to come across to A8. This is your large one and it's going to come with 64 blocks. It's going to go A all the way down through to H, and it's always going to go left to right when it's facing your pattern piece is facing the wall. Anytime that you are laying it out, this is the best way to lay it out. You have some key points here, and it's really important. I'm just going to try to highlight and show you an example. The world will not end, but you will be having a date with Jack if you do not line up what I'm showing you. And I'm not sure if you can see these lines that I'm trying to get right here. They can't see it, can they? Can you see the pink? Okay. Anyway, on a legit kit, when you are joining your pieces together, the only reason I'm doing this is because I've been asked to show this, because I'm just using this as the example. You take it off of however you have it laying and you put them bellies together. Easiest way to do it. You're going to put a pin in your corner here. You're going to put a pin in your corner here. You're going to want to make sure that they line up on this side. Then the easiest way to make sure that all of these junctions line up is put a pin in it. You start here and then you go to the other end. This should lay totally flat. When all of this is joined up and it's lined up right, this, for all intents purposes, should lay flat. You sew it in, you pull this out, you press it open, and voila, you've got 2 blocks done. What they like with legit kits for you to do, and you can do this in any way that you personally choose to do. The way legit kits comes out with doing these is, Joe, you can back me out a little bit. Okay, they want you to do them in 4 patches. So what you're going to do is, if you're doing it the way that legit kit lays out, you're going to take A1 to A2, join that. B1 to B2, join that. Then you're going to take A1 and 2 and join it to B1 and 2. Join that and make sure that you're pressing your seams flat. Press them open, press them flat. You can, I personally use the acorn pin, but you do what you want. Then you go to the next four and you do the same thing. You're going to have 4 sets going across. When you get that done, you're going to do the same thing across here. When you get the 16, you're going to do your 4, then you're going to do your 8. You'll join this line. You're going to do 4, you're going to do 4, you're going to do 8, then you're going to join your first quadrant. Then you'll repeat over here and do your second quadrant. Then you'll bring them together and marry them. Then you'll work your way down your quilt and do the same thing. Join 2, make it a 4 patch. And when you get all of that, then you start building it out. So hopefully that makes sense. We've gotten a lot of emails asking how I do mine, and that's exactly how I do mine. Other ones go left to right, A, the whole row, B, the whole row, C, the whole row. You do what works for you. But I've gotten some emails asking me to show exactly how I get mine to line up. And that's why I went ahead and showed you tonight why we had the time, how to make those line up and make sure that you're using the thin. I use a very thin pin. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's a real tiny sharp pin. Let me see if I can get it to go that way. You might be able to. Hold on, Joe's going to try to do it this way. It's a really tiny pin. And I put these in anywhere you see these little lines here. When I'm joining mine, I join my pieces right here first. And then I marry it to the next section. But if I'm joining these, what I would do is just like what I'm going to show you real quick. Because there's a lot of people that see so many different content creators cutting corners or going a different way. This makes it so much easier. So my directions tell me to take A to B. So here's A to B. We're just going to put them bellies together. Do what? Well, I can't help it. I don't know what you want me to do. So all I'm going to do is take my pen and go right here where that line is and shine it right through. Now, as you can see, it hit the mark it needed to. That does not always happen. So that was just luck of the draw tonight. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, straight through. And this one is a hair off. You can decide how much of that hair you can be off. I like mine to line up. So I'll just wiggle that. I'm not even going to leave that pin in. And I'm just going to bring it straight under, line it up, and walk straight through. Go slow. And if you put a little bit of pressure on your paper, it's not going to slide. A lot of people are asking me how I keep mine from sliding. I'm not speed sewing it. I'm just going down slow and steady. Then I open it up. And if I can get, I want to make sure that you can see. If I can get my lines right here to line up, regardless of which way that I fold this, then I know everything on this side is going to line up in its entirety as well. So I'll take this, pull my paper off that seam, and just slide straight through and get it all out. Now's the time to rip that paper, and where I have these little tiny dog ears, right now I go ahead and snip them off because they serve no purpose whatsoever. So I'll slide into here, finger press it, and then I'm going to give it the heat, and I'll leave it lay here for just a second to warm up. Get my acorn pin. Can we see you sew them, please? So the big quadrants, is that what you're asking? S. Taylor, is that what you would like to see? Because I can set this block aside. And as you can see, it's already came together really nice. So the next place it says go to E to F and then D to C. So what I would do next would be join these right here. S. Taylor, let me know if that's what you're asking me, because I can join together those parts. I just want to make sure, or are you asking me to sew this block? So all I do is you're going to repeat the same process every step of the way, sticking the pin in each and every corner. And it lines up, so I'm not worried about that. And I'll just go ahead and slide it under. And sew slow, and I give it enough pressure that it's going to go slow and my paper will not slide. No, you were off camera. Okay. We couldn't see you sewing. Sorry. So all I did was join these up. I don't know where the camera angles are. So all you do is make sure that these gray lines are, I'm on the table, but they don't have a good view of the table. There. So all you have to do is make sure that these are lined up here. And when you flip it down, that this, either way that you turn this one piece, it's going to line up, whether it's up or down. Then you can flip it over and you're going to see right here is your key pivotal point. This color and this really needed to line up. So right here, as you can see, is one dark line and here's the other one. So if you're lining everything up right, it goes really good. Donna has several videos of her doing the muscle car where you can see everything very closely. Absolutely. Sorry, sweetheart. You're still off camera. I'm sorry. Joe's trying new camera angles tonight. So I do cut the dog ears off. And then I'll just take this off camera. Right here's my ironing station. And I will just give this a little bit of heat, love. Thank you, Kelly. And just heating it up. And then I'll leave this lay here for just a minute. And every step of the way, as you're building out your block, you're going to want to make sure that you're making sure your seams are very, very flat. The flatter they are now, as you're joining the bigger sections, it's going to help you a lot. Legit Kits is not hard on any level. It's just like putting together a puzzle if you look at it like that. I have little bins in front of me. I've been asked how I can get a kit done in a few days. It's really easy because what I do is I cut everything up if I'm under a time frame, and I just start on one side, and as soon as I sew the pieces, I throw them in the other, and then when I feel like I've got enough of them, I will go ahead and start sewing them together. So it works out really good. So don't mind that mess up here. This is all the bins that I use. And I have my trash can right next to me. So you just keep it all cleaned up and you won't throw away any extra parts. You want to make sure that you clean these out in here. It's easier to do it now than come back when you're finished your project trying to clear it out. I cut off my dog ear because I know this is lined up. All these extra little strings, I get rid of them. There's no need for them. Finger press it down. Give it the heat, love, and continue the process until the whole block's done in its entirety. As soon as I get this block finished, I can show you what I'm talking about joining a few of the larger pieces. That way you'll know. But yes, I do have some videos up that show how to do this in its entirety. And I always try to direct people to those videos, but sometimes you just need to show them again, and it's okay. Joe and I don't mind doing that because we're here to show what we know. Everybody has a different way of showing and learning, so you use whichever YouTuber you want, but we all pretty well like the same thing. Walk you through it every step of the way. Make sure I get a real good sharp one. I have certain ones that I like to use for different junctions. It just helps me to make sure that I'm getting my points in where I need them. And you can even, I've seen some content creators go along with a basting stitch if they're not sure they're going to line up. Like I have a line here and a line here, so that tells me I need this to line up. So I will just put a little clip there to make sure that when I'm sewing this in, it's not going to slip because I need that to line up. So I'll go really slow. I've seen some of my friends, they'll back tack at the beginning and the end to make sure that their block is not going to come apart. By the time you get through all of your building of your block and then you're joining your next section, there should be no chance of that block slipping and coming apart. Absolutely none. So I always do the test and see if mine's going to line up, and I pull it tight and then I lay it flat. So you can see it's lined up, and it's lined up here, and I'll do the same thing. I'll fold it up and then I'll also fold it down. There's a thin line on your patterns. You want to make sure that they're all in. Let me see. She is sewing along the 1/4 inch line of the gray line edge. Absolutely, that's what you have to do. You need to sew right on that. And that's a true 1/4 inch. So everybody, whatever your sewing machine is, we all have our own 1/4 inch. I've learned that along the way with other patterns. I've sewn on multiple machines and come out with a quilt that took a lot of manipulation by the quilter to get that puppy quilted and square. Everybody's machines have a different 1/4 inch. So just do your best. You are doing a great teaching job as all. Taylor, thank you, sweetheart. I just want to make sure that I'm answering everyone's questions in their entirety, and I'll just scrape the paper off. I'm right here on the table. Joe's asking me where I'm at. I'm on the table. And I always clip the dog ears, fold it open, and as you can see, that's perfectly lined up because I followed where my lines was, I followed where my junctions was. So if you're following those lines and you're marking it, this is going to be your outcome. What stitch length do you sew with? I sew with a 1.6. I like it really tight. But if I have to have a date with Jack, I'm not so fond of that stitch length. So it's a journey. Take your time, enjoy the process, and just have fun with it. This one here, my little tab stayed up, so I wanted to hit that again. I'll come over here, line this up, heat the whole seam up. Then I'll lay this down. I'm going to join these two now. And it's just like I said, you're just putting a puzzle together. Make sure that little sliver is where it needs to be. Anytime that you're joining a lot of little pieces together, there is that slim chance that everything's not going to line up. I have put Harper on 2 different prayer groups. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. The more prayer groups for Harp, the better. And trust me, we as a family totally appreciate it. So I've got it in this end. And remember now, we've joined multiple pieces here. I can't hear you, Joe. All right. So it's really important. You're going to tell if you've got it in right, if everything lines up. And if you, that hit, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't going through the paper like it should. It was into my fingernail. Go figure. So be it, Quilts. You make this look so easy. Fallon, I love FPP. If someone would have told me a long time ago I'd be FPP and I'd have said, you're foolish. Nope, not me. So all you do is, now you can see it's got a little bit of puffy right here. Don't worry about that. I've got my ends lined up. So now what I want to do is these lines that are right here, you might get a better view if I light them up. Let me do this. I'll light, see if you can see what I'm talking about. Because this paper is not going to matter. So I've got these here. That's your 3 points that you really need to work with. So when I flip this over, I need to make sure I'm hitting here, and hitting here. So what I'll do is I will literally clip. I'm going to clip right on that one. I'm going to clip on this one and make sure that it's lined up. And then this one here, when I pull this pin, just like that, I'm just going to stick it in there. And it's not going to budge. Line it up on your machine and go slow. The key to this is slow and steady. Pull your pin because you don't want to run over your pins. You'll break a needle or mess up your timing. You don't want to jack up your machine. Sometimes you can feel your seams are getting a little thick now because you've got multiple places here. That's okay. Just keep them flat. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to line these up. The easiest way, always double check yourself before you tear your paper. This is lined up in its entirety there. And it's lined up here. Regardless of which way I flip this paper, I am lined up. That way you know you've got a good solid block. Flip it over and you're going to see everything is lined up the way it needs to be. So now it's okay to pull this paper. So we'll use my little tweezers and give it a little snippy here. It just makes it a little bit easier. And even that little bit of paper that's here, go ahead and pull it out. Flip it over and do the same on the back side. There is one wee little piece that's really easy to miss, and you're going to want to make sure you get it out because your seam won't go flat if you don't. I highly recommend, if you do not have a pair of tweezers in your sewing room, run to your medicine chest to get that eyebrow tweezers because you're going to want them. Snip the dog ears off. Snip right there. Open it up and lay it flat. And then this one will have to be beat into submission. So yes, I will have a hammer out momentarily, but it's okay. Because I will beat this until it's flat. Not like really give it a bad beating, but you know. I use 1.52, but it's a pain to pick out. Absolutely. Why do you clip it in? Why do you clip some and pin some? Linda, I clip where the ones are that I need to line up in the center. I generally do not pin there. I clip it. There's no rhyme or reason. I just don't want them to move at all. If I stick a pin in it and I don't see it, I don't want those pins under my needle. So it's just personal preference, I would say. So now I have my handy dandy hammer. Every girl needs one. You can use a rubber mallets. That's what you're supposed to do. But I stole Joe's hammer and I really like it. I like to make sure that my seam is good and flat, and it is definitely beat into submission. I'll flip it over and give it one final press here. Make sure that I've got this exactly as it needs to be. And then I am going to pull my pattern because I think I have this color wrong. So before I sew this, I want to double check myself because like I said, I am changing colors. I'm either wrong right there or I'm wrong here. So I'm going to go to C7 and TC is here. This needs to be green, so I'll pick it out real quick. Take me just a second. And like I said, I'd rather show you. We all do it. And of course, it's going to be the number one spot, right? But that's okay. So give me just a second to have my amazing date with Jack the Ripper. So I've got that one. And where you're going to see little lines, I'm going to show you a way to fix those for those that don't know. And it comes in quite handy. And like I said, I'd rather fix my block now and know it's right than just put it together for you just because I'm on camera. That's not me. So here's my paper all messed up. So what I will do is get my tape out. I've been hijacked. Now I have. I can't believe she took my seam guide tape. That's something special. Sorry guys, give me a second. Yeah. Nope, there it is. Okay. So I'm using my seam guide tape, but there's so many other kinds of tape out there. But this is what I would do. Where this paper is on the back, just run it down the line. You're clogging up where your little pinholes are. You don't have to do this, but considering I've just tore this whole section apart, I don't want it to slide at all. Sorry it took me a hot minute to find that. Foundation, yes. Let me see. Ha, kids, yeah. I see the merits of running a basting stitch. I do that with piecing sometimes. What does F stand for in FPP? Foundation paper piecing. So what I'm going to do is start with RA. That's the color code. And slip back in, and it's grasshopper. So let's pull out a fancy piece of this amazing green because I did not change the background of mine. And we will just cut this little puppy and get it in there. So there's so many different ways you can do it. I normally don't worry about the way that I need to cut it in because I have so much fabric from legit kits. Okay. So I'll just fold this over and cut it in. I will give myself that extra little bit of an allowance there and come up this side. So I've got that in. Make sure that you have a 1/4 of an inch there. And like I said, I am not worried about having that perfect little bit right here cut in because it's going to be okay, I promise. Your next color is going to be TC, so I'll go in my filing system and look for TC. I can opt to flatten this and just go back to it, but I know I have enough fabric, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut a new piece and save us all the misery if I don't have enough here. Yep. And 9 times out of 10, I've always got scrap laying. So what I'll do is line this up to make sure that I have enough to make the flap that comes across. And yes, there is importance in the basting stitch. When I was leaning over, I messed my pedal up. There. So you, like I said, just slow and steady. We'll get this block done. But when you've got little ones that come into your sewing space and rob ya, I based on occasion. I'm using Grasshopper Kona for my, oh, that is going to be so cool. I think Grasshopper is really pretty. I was not sure, out of all honesty, I was going to like it with this quilt. But as this is starting to come together just a smidge more, I'm liking the way the background's looking, and I'll know a little bit more about it along the way. Now you can do your 1/4 of an inch, or you can just honestly, like I just did, clip it in. Now this is, yes, that's the color I need. That's the MT. And I know, because I just finished this block with you guys and I was rushing, so I literally picked up the wrong piece. There's no doubt in my mind. Hello everyone, I'm new here. Benita, hello, hello. Why are you changing colors? Benita, that's really simple. I put the wrong color in. I put a color out of order versus when you're changing your colors. And I'm changing a lot of my colors with this kit. And as soon as I started to join it, I saw that I had my color placement wrong. So I'm fixing it now. Hence, it will not be removed. It will not be edited out of the video because it's easier to just move forward and show you we all make mistakes and how to correct that mistake and bounce back from it. So I'll clean my area. We're going to bring this back over, and welcome, Benita. Thank you for coming. So now all I'm going to do is line these points up, and as you can see, that little hint of green there is really important. So I needed to make sure this is lining up. That green that I just saw made me look at the pattern to make sure that I had the right color where I needed it, because that little hint is going to be background. So it's easier to just fall into place right then. Now I know I've got a place here that has to line up and a place here that has to line up, but I'm going to come all the way down here to the end. And we're going to line it up here first. And then we'll come into the centers. And that line straight up, so that makes one happy woman here. And then here. I can pin, but I'm not sure if you can see right here, there's 2 lines. And I really believe that you can. I'm going to flip it over and you're going to be able to see the same thing here. So you can either pin there or clip in the center. I'm going to clip. And then just pop it out and slide back under and do it again. I came unthreaded, guys. Sorry. It's one of those nights where everything is going to happen. You'd think it's like a Friday the 13th. Slide up and down. Here we go. Thank you guys for bearing with me for another minute. We'll get this. So now we'll do it again. Have you chosen some really fun batiks? Yeah, I'll show you some of them as soon as I get this in. I think it's going to be really cool. I just wanted to give it a little bit of something. Everywhere I was removing the green, I chose to add a batik just to give it a little bit more texture. Because no lion's going to be the same, you know? Everything's not going to be matchy-matchy. So I thought, how cool would it be to just give it a tweak? So I'm lining up here and I'm lining up there. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to snip these off. Snip this side. And we'll tear some paper. It's real life sewing, absolutely. I would rather just say, hey, I put the wrong color in. Let's pop that puppy. Then put it together and then after the live, say, oops, girls, now I got to tear a whole block apart. And I wouldn't want to do that. I'd rather be honest. We're going to keep flipping this around and just pull. Pop your paper slow and steady and it'll all come out. Open it up. Everything's lining up. So then we're just going to move my design board out of the way. Everything in its place as you're working. And finger press it down first. Finger press it here all the way up. And I love to look at the back of the quilt with everything all pressed nice and tidy. I think it's just so cool. You okay, babe? All right. So now I'm going to heat this up. I need to get with Fallon and get me an extra clapper. I keep telling myself that, and I just haven't got it done yet. Oh, hold on 1 second. Oh. Okay, so now we're going to flip it over, and you're seeing everything's lining up just the way it's supposed to. Hold on. Let me get my strings. And then I'm going to get I've got it over here. So let's do a real quick square it up. Everything's lining up. And Monday night, I'll be giving away one of these handy dandy rulers. And if all of your block comes out in this gray area, you're lined up pretty good. These are scraps from where I had to tear the block apart. But I've got a little sliver down here I'm going to go ahead and cut off because it's showing. So I'd rather have my blocks squared. So I'll come around to this side and it's good. And I have a wee little piece of paper off up at the top. It's funny that Donna and I pin and clip the opposite positions. Love the textures. Absolutely. And it is real life sewing. And I love the way that everything, don't mind my strings. My table's a little bit dusty, but this here is going to look phenomenal. So this will be going up on the design wall in just a minute. But let me have you look down here at the table and I'll show you some of the different colors that I've chosen to utilize. These are just a few. And I have my markings because anywhere, like I said, that there was a green, I've opted to change. And I made sure that there was little hints of other markings in here. But what I use is the Post-a-Note Queen method. This one here is for my DO and my SPs. This one is my T. This is for my Ms. This one here is my IV and my MS. So anywhere that there was green, these are the colors that I opted to utilize in the lion's face, I'll be really showcasing a lot of this to where you're going to see a lot of this into the face to where the green is. Like all of this green around the eyes. I don't like that at all. I don't like it on his nose. So I'm going to be taking all this green out, and I'm thinking I might be removing some of the SW, the whites, and the DO in here. I'm thinking I'm going to do that because I really want to showcase that face. No, it's not all going to be in batiks because I'll splash it, but I've added some batik colors up around through here, so I want to make sure that it looks like it's blending. So this is not going to be all solids. There's going to be a little bit of batik in there as well. So that's where we're at on this. So I have my bin there for that. And then all of these little pieces. And this is another one that's to be used over here. But all of these little scraps, I pretty well know which colors go where. If I can utilize them, I'm not even going to pull out over here because I just choose not to throw them away until the end of the project. So let me see where we at. Time-wise, how much time do I got, babe? Okay. So let me get my clips out of the way, and I'll go into the chat for just a minute. And see everyone. So let me see. I want to make sure I haven't missed anyone. Good to know about the hammer. Honestly, you can use a hammer or lightweight. You're not going to like go over your head and beat it to death. But a rubber mallet, I like Joe's hammer. It's a little one. It's up here. If I could find even a little smaller one, I would utilize it. I see the merit of running. Absolutely. Basting stitch. Ah, kids. Yeah. When they go ripping through your drawers, stuff gets moved. I have chosen, yes. It's real life sewing, absolutely. Love texture. It's funny that Donna and I pin, yes. Love the colors and the textures. Katie, so fun, absolutely. So I would ask that if you like the content that Joe and I put out over here, please give us a thumbs up. It lets us know that you like what we're doing. Those batiks play nice with the solids. I laid everything out when I was with the girls asking what everyone's thoughts were. I don't know if I laid the batiks out with the group online or if I did that privately, but I think it's going to bounce well. Now next week, I'm going to really be focusing in the face area because my goal would be that I can at least get like the face. I've got 1, 2, let me see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 more blocks, and this quilt will be ready for me to start joining the sections. If I have a day that I don't want to really sew, I can go ahead and start joining the sections together. And I may end up doing that one day when I don't have a lot of time to do the piecing. But I have a special project that landed in my lap. And I'm going to be working on it with you guys too. Maybe I'll work on it just a smidge and have Joe do a little bit of recording. Or I might pop a live. I don't know. But Beth over at Goody Goods sent me her golden finch. So I want to try to get that done because it's just so pretty. So that way I can show you, you can work multiple projects at the same time. So you never know what I'll be up to. I got to get the golden finch done. I need to get the lion done. We're going to be starting the rose. Fallon's going to be joining me for that one. I'm not sure who else, anybody that does want to join in on that. That's going to be fun. So there's always something going on. I think that's pretty much it. The Bargello, I am going to have to push back a month. I got the pattern, but I'm not understanding the reading of this pattern. So I'm going to honestly cut up some strips and just play with it because if I'm going to show you this pattern, I have to be able to work it. And I can show you what I've chosen. Joke, I'm sorry, honey. Could you hand me the pattern book? I can't reach it. The one under this. Yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. I bought this book because this looks like crosses. And I thought this pattern was going to be amazing. So I found this on Amazon, and if anybody wants, I'll just drop the link. But I thought, boy, how fitting. And I just gave it a quick scan the other night when I was talking to Janine, and I showed her this. And there's several quilts in here, and over the course of time, trust me, I love Bargellos. But this is called the Year of the Dragon. Now, how cool is that? But to me, it doesn't represent a dragon at all. What I see is the crosses. Now, let me know in the chat what you see. The rose is a panel, isn't it? No, it is a legit kit. It does come as a panel as well. Yeah. But it's a legit kit. I can drop you the link for that if anybody would like to sew it. It's going to be a fun sew. There's only 16 blocks. And when you do the smaller kits, sometimes it can be challenging, but never let it get ahead of you because there's not one kit out there that we can't do together. I dearly love legit kits. I love the extra fabric that comes with them. And God forbid if you miscut and you come up short, you're going to get it. Debt free. I see scales. Lord Lenny, see crosses, not dragons. I see the crosses. So this is the pattern that we will be doing. I love it. And let me drop this pattern book into the chat as well. And I will ask Joe if he would please also drop this into the box for everybody, because I think it's going to be a fun one, but it's going to challenge us. So when I tell you challenge, it's going to be a challenge, but it's not too hard. If I can do it, anybody can. Let me see. I hope you can do that because I tried to do it in the instructions to be so hard to understand what they mean. So hope you can. I love this, and I've went through the instructions, and it's telling you the way that I'm reading it, and I'm going to study it, and I'm going to print it out, and I'm going to make my own notes. But what I'm going to do is do a practice, like a mock-up. As long as you have 13 different fabrics for your Bargello strip, it's saying. I'm not going with all of this yardage. I'm not doing all of that. But what I will do is I will sew my strips, and then I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to cut my angles according to my cylinders. That much I do know. And where it's telling you to flip back to page 22, you're learning how to create a cylinder. So I've got that much figured out. But what I don't know, and I will know before we do this class, this one in particular, it's telling you your 13 strips, how wide you're going to cut them. You're going to cut the first one at 1 3/4. Then you're going to go to your second. And then this is showing you your layout with your gauge. I've got that. And then we're going to hang them. And then they're all going to come down like this. And then we're going to start moving them up and down till we get the right angles that we want. What I see is we're going to finish off the bottom trim. And that's going to give you this wedged look. It is going to be challenging, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not. But if you want it, everybody wanted a hard Bargello. I'm not saying it's going to be too hard, but I think it's going to be challenging us all. So if you want in on it, I've dropped the link. So make sure that you do have that. And right here is the link for the book. I humbly appreciate you using my affiliate link for this one. It's just going to be a slow sew. It's not going to be a fast sew. It's not going to be your normal Bargello. It's going to be outside of the box. It's going to take, I may even, if you tell me you're sewing this, I may even do some private Zooms with those that are sewing it. So this can be fun. I see fun. I see this is going to be exciting. So let me know in the comments what you think. I see Southwestern and Native American quilt. It's going to be a blast. I see the crosses. Absolutely. The crosses is what sold me on it. You can do this in any fabric that you would want. But honestly, like I said, what I saw was the 3 crosses. And I just love it. And it's going to finish 86.5 by 106. So it's going to be quite large. But I don't believe it's going to be too large that we can't do this together. And how do you eat an elephant? Right, Julie? One bite at a time. So if we work it in just little sections, it's going to take us a bit. But I believe in several settings, we can do this. And when they're talking about strip number 1, that's your first one, then your second. And we're going to cut these, and then we're going to start angling them. When they're telling us the cuts, we're going to be angling with a different wedge. So I need to figure all of this out. I'm going to draw it out on a graph chart as well as use their chart just to make sure that I'm doing it exactly the way we need to. I love it and may do it again since you will be showing it. Linda, if you've got the book, I'll bring you online with us or on a private Zoom. But this is going to be the pattern that we're going to be doing. When are you going to start the Bargello? I can't give you the exact date because I have 2. I have to finish the lion. I have to finish the finch. And they need done before Christmas. So once I get the finch just ready to piece, then I can drop the date for this one. So if you want to get the book, I highly recommend getting the book. I've already got jelly rolls. So I'm just going to choose my colors from that. And then part of me now that Julie said, the Indian, the Native American, I have fabric for that. You got to always get me thinking, girl. Haha. I'm just so full of it. Yeah, you are. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap us up for tonight. You guys have a fabulous day tomorrow. If you're out shopping, drop in some ka-ching. Stay well, stay safe, protect that wallet, and most of all, thank you for joining Joe and I. I will see you back here Monday night live, and we're going to continue to tug away at this lion and see if anybody wants to hop on with me that's doing the lion. We can do a touch base and see where everyone is. But what you see right here is probably what you're going to get for mine because I need to get this other project started. You guys take care. God bless you and have a fabulous weekend. Bye-bye, guys.